Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. How are you? Okay, in this session, let's talk about the debugger. Debugging is very important for any developer. It is very important tool to identify the exact point where the enhancement is required or where the changes need to be done, or to identify that what is actually happening. Okay, so for you an example, and let's go back to the summary which we were working in our previous uh, session. This was the thing, means supplier summary, and this was the button. Let's move it to its position where it is supposed to be here, right? Okay, that generates the report, right? That's unnecessary things we can delete. Okay, so let's move it here. Okay, that's right. That's fine. Okay. Now, and so far so good that you know that we have developed it, that as soon as we double click any line, it uh, it takes the supplier name and plots the graph, right? That's fair enough, right? So, but something is need to be done, that it is taking 2 columns extra. Why it is making it to J and K, you see? The highlighted thing is telling you that the selection of the rows is covering extra columns. Huh? So it means we need to make certain enhancements, some changes or corrections in the code. So let's go to this code, and also when we put it here, something is bringing this button down, right? Okay, so these two things we will focus, and we will make the enhancement in it. Okay, so let's put it here, and let's go to the code by editing in it. Yes, this is the code which is working. And when we double click it, you see it happens here, right? Since the problem is here that when we double click, this program runs, and it plots the graph, right? So double clicking is related not to this button, but where to the sheet view code. This is the place where you have written the before double click what need to be done, right? So the first thing it is doing is that it is deleting the shapes. It is deleting the shapes, all the chart shapes. The shapes which have the name of chart, they are going to be deleted, and that's fine. Okay, so let's run it so that we see that it is doing as it is expected to. Okay, so let's put a breakpoint to this way, okay? To this, okay? So when we double click here, right, the chart is gone, yeah? The chart is gone. Why? Because it is the for next group. We have said all the shapes which have the chart name is this. The shape name is chart, then it needs to be deleted. So they have deleted. Now it is ready to action, where you have double clicked it. It is going to plot the graph. Fine. So here we are using this to identify that what would be the range, because as you know, to plot the graph, it needs to select two rows. One is the third row, that is C to K, right? The C to K, YK. It is to be I. So, but so this is the problem that we have. This K is forcing it to extend the row. So it should be appropriately selected. So we have to do away with this hard coding. It should automatically determine that whether if the range is finishing until I column, then it should not go until the K, right? It should not go to until the K, right? So let's run it and see exactly what is it doing. Okay? It is now putting the address ADDR, a variable, which is currently empty. When we click here, so this is telling you that this is the right range. ADDR1 will be the C to I, not C to K. So, okay, so in this place, we will use ADDR1. So this problem will be finished, right? That's right. And ADDR is another variable we have taken, which is going to replace the 3 with the row, that is 4. Okay, so let's say, yeah. So this is the 3 has become 4. C3 will become C4. I3 will become I4. That's right. So this part is going to be the ADDR2. So these are the two parts in which there is going to be a comma, that's fine, and followed by the ADDR1 here and ADDR2 here. If we execute it, it is doing the mistake, right? We have to clear this mistake by adjusting it. What should we do? Let's make a copy of it, so that you can see that we put a comment, make it a comment. Okay, it is disabled now. Now we are using this part before comma. This is going to become what? ADDR2. ADDR2, right? Because this is 4. And ADDR1, this will be the fix. So this comma will close here, and we put and here we will write ADDR1. So this is the header, yeah, and these are the supplier ports row. Okay, so let's try. If we click it here and we execute this, and just to ensure if it if the result is as we are expecting, yes. So this is doing right. Okay, so this how we use the debugger, identify the problem and make the necessary adjustment, and then we run it. Okay, and where else is it happening? Yeah, here. You see, this is also ADDR1. You know, ADDR1 is C to I. C to K will be, right? So what we will do, we will make it, right? Let's that's right, this right, and then we will make, yeah. Okay, and then and ADDR1. ADDR1. Okay, and we remove this. This is fair enough. And how about this one? This is going to be, until here. So view this, we do and ADDR2. This is the address 2. Right? And this is followed by a comma. And this. So this is how it is going to plot the graph, right? So we have removed the hard coding. Yeah. This is C4 to his, and this is C3 to I3. Okay. Let's see if it works. Then we continue with this. This is the placement which is moving the button. It should not move button. So we will deal it in a while. Okay. Let's see if the chart gets generated or not. Yes, the chart has got generated. It is there is no empty column, and it is very rightly plotted. That's right. Okay. Now it is trying to move this chart. Yeah. So it should move the chart, but not our button. So we use the same approach which we use for the deletion. All right. So the same thing we will say here. We will take this as well, name, and this, then do this, otherwise don't do this. Okay. So in the for each, we will see, we will make sure that it does not do anything to our button. We will say and if. That's it. So let's clear all the breakpoints and run it. Okay, this time the button is not moving and the plot and the movement and the placement of the chart is appropriate, right? For example, it is here. Okay. Now let's try this one. Double click H. That's right. The button is not moved. The plot is done. The chart is plotted properly. Okay. So this how we use the debugger to identify the place where we need to make any adjustment in the code. And it is so easy that you don't have to worry. All you need to do is think that where we have to put the breakpoint, identify it, put the breakpoint, maybe one step before or two steps before, so that you can see. And then pressing F8 will take you one step forward, two step forward. Or means the more you can keep pressing F8 until you reach to the position where you want to make the adjustment. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Inshallah, in the next session, we will come up with more interesting things for you. Thank you very much.